The Indranagar neighbourhood in eastern Mumbai, one of the Indian city's many slums, a densely populated maze of tiny lanes and ramshackle buildings. At the Jatolia family home, relatives cram into a small dark room. They're mourning the recent death of Geeta's teenage daughter, Ganga, her third child to die of tuberculosis in less than 2 years.
I didn't leave Ganga's side for a month. I didn't have any money for medicine, so I begged and got what I could. 3 of my children have gone now, in 1.5 years. What should I do?
The Jatolia children all had extensively drug-resistant tuberculosis, or TB, a strain that doesn't respond to most of the drugs used to treat the illness. Now an even more extreme strain of TB is causing concern in India, an untreatable form resistant to all the drugs normally used. Deadly and infectious, it's shown up in cities across the country. Doctors warn if it's not curtailed now, the spread will be devastating. Mumbai's Hinduja hospital seen 15 cases of untreatable TB this past year, prompting one of India's top TB specialists to raise the alarm. Dr. Zarira Udwadia says failure by the health system to treat various levels of drug-resistant TB has led to the deadly strain.
He starts off with a straightforward kind of TB, which should really, by definition, be cured with 6 months of fairly standard cheap drugs. We know that it takes just about an average of 2 or 3 errors to convert a sensitive to a multi-drug resistant strain. And then if these patients are managed poorly, as they often are, with the wrong prescriptions again, the wrong drugs, the wrong doses, the wrong schedules, they end up with extremely drug-resistant TB. And you reach a sorry pass sometimes where you literally run out of all the effective drugs and end up with this totally drug-resistant form which we have been seeing over the last few months.
Last year, Dr. Udwalia revealed the first cases of untreatable TB in India, but his research was dismissed by health officials who called him an alarmist. The government carried out their own tests only to discover Dr. Udwalia had been right. India now acknowledges the existence of a new extreme strain, but refuses to call it untreatable.
So if we use the total drug resistance, we are misleading the people. We are doing a social damage. We are making people that TB is a hopeless disease. No, it is not. It is better to suffer from TB than suffering from hypertension, diabetes, or psychotic problem, because TB is curable.
India's long had a massive program to treat regular TB, which is curable, but drug-resistant and untreatable strains have been ignored. The government is starting to invest, building special labs and hospital wards, but Dr. Randeep Galeria at AIIMS Hospital in New Delhi says it's not enough.
Currently, we don't have a good strategy in place to control the disease, and it's an infectious disease, and if we have people who have drug-resistant tuberculosis who are out there in the community, then they have the ability to spread this disease, and these unfortunate people will develop resistant tuberculosis, for which the diagnosis gets delayed, the treatment is more difficult, the drugs have more side effects, and therefore the overall prognosis is not that good.
India plans to nearly double its TB spending this year to $129 million. But in a country which already has 2 million regular TB patients, more than anywhere in the world, and a rising number of drug-resistant strains, experts fear those funds will be too little, too late. For the Wall Street Journal, this is Natacha Butler in Mumbai.